Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. This is the show where you guys send in your messiest, toxic, most out-of-pocket predicaments, and I attempt to break them down, giving my honest and unbiased feedback. Now listen, I'm a comedian, not a therapist, so ain't no guarantee I'll be able to help fix your life, but I can provide laughter along the way and call it like I see it. So without any further ado, let's get into the episode. Don't tell your family and friends about problems with your boyfriend, because after you forgive them, they won't. Mike, so me and my man got into a huge fight. PSA, we don't condone domestic violence over here at Mike Murphy TV. Well, not a physical fight, but an argument, and we both said some hurtful things to each other, and he packed his bags and left. Alexa, play Hit the Road Jack by Ray Charles. When my girls came over to the house to be there for me, I told them what happened, but I won't lie, I exaggerated about what he did and made myself seem like I was innocent in the whole thing. In other news, water's wet. Back to you, Bob. I wanted them to be on my side, and I didn't want to seem like I played a role in it. Didn't want to play a role? Surely you was first on the call sheet, lead actress. Since then, he and I have made up, and he's came back home. We've been doing a lot better, but the problem is my friends hate him because they think he did everything that I told him he did. Oh, so actions do have consequences after all. So even though that we reconciled, they haven't. And since they don't know I wasn't exactly truthful about what took place, they think I'm dumb and I need to leave them. Like this video if you think she's dumb as shit. It's kind of making things hard for me, and I just want to fix this so we can all move on and be happy again. What should I do? And please don't sugarcoat it. Let's start off by telling the truth, you lying sack of shit. Because I don't need pacified right now. I just need some real advice. See, this is what I don't understand about y'all. Y'all be quick to throw on that victim cape. Look for the sympathy from your friends and family members, knowing you gonna go right back to Ray Ray because he's blowing your back through the mattress all crazy. And then when y'all go back, your friends is like, girl, you said he punched you in the face. You dumb, leave him. You don't need him. He ain't shit. Yada, 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 yada. Knowing damn well he ain't even touch you. You was the one that started the argument and he just left peacefully. Now they looking at him like he the Joker. You know what I'm saying? Like he banged and you Batman. Nah, that's nasty work. This is an open and shut case. You tell your friends, look, I lied. They're not going to believe that because they're going to think that you only saying that to cover up for him. But you got to like, look, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. He said this. I didn't like how it sounded. I started a big argument, talked about his dead mother. He said something about my dad being a crackhead. We started fighting. I threw some stuff at him. He said, yo, I ain't dealing with this. Grabbed the bag and left. When y'all came over, we started drinking the Chardonnay. I spun a web of lies and told y'all he didn't black my eye out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't laid hands on me like a pastor. I didn't concocted the whole story. Got some sympathy from y'all. We didn't cheers the homie cuz getting kicked out the residence. And now I'm missing him because he really didn't do all that stuff. And I realized I was wrong. I mean, he was wrong too, but I started it. Now I want him back. And every time he come around, you bring in Devin because, you know, we don't bang with Devin after he put his hands on you. I don't even know why you still with him. You got to hear that speech every time you go kick it with your friends. Devin show up, hey Lisa, hey Keisha, hey Ebony. They're like, hey Devin. He like, damn, what's all that about? Yeah, you know. I know what? Yeah, whatever. Toxic. You know, they doing all that. They clocking it. They doing all that ratchet stuff. And Devin over there like, yo, what's really good? You was the one that you apologized and asked me to come back. So why am I getting a third degree from your friends? Because you lied. Liar, liar, lace front on fire, whatever they be saying. You know what I'm saying? You're bugging out. Tell your friends, yo, I lied. That's just the truth. They're gonna be like, girl, don't try to, I'm not sticking up for him. I need to be real because we gotta stop all this now. I lied on him. I didn't like what he said, whatever. I lied on him. I wanted sympathy from y'all. I wanted some girl power, some woman empowerment for the wine night. We made him the victim, the target, attacked him and felt good. I woke up the next day hungover, no man in the bed. My box was pulsating, but there was nobody to put the fire out because I didn't kick him out. And now I want my man back, and every time he come around, y'all give him the side eye. He ain't do what I said he did. All right? That's just that. That's what you got to do. You got to be honest. That's the first thing. Again, they probably not going to believe you right away, but that's it. You got to be honest. And just go from there and see what happens. But stop lying. Stop being a victim. Stop starting things and then looking for sympathy when they don't go the way you want. You probably was trying to provoke him. He didn't give in, left. You wasn't real. You so used to toxic relationships that when he left and did the healthy thing, you concocted a whole toxic story to go along with the narrative that you didn't already planted in your head. Knock it off or you lose a good dude because you don't know how to control your emotions and you making up stuff lying. You know how many black men or men in general was in jail forever or you know, forever and a day because a woman lied on them, because our feelings was hurt or our emotions was involved? Knock that off, man. This is something minor, but chill. Because just imagine you told your friend something and they was like, oh, okay. And then one of their friends reached out to her brother or cousin or something and they like, oh yeah, for real? They like you. They've been trying to get with you, but you had homie cuz. So now they try to do the Avenger mode. They go, you know what I'm saying, pill son, or they jump and fight him, whatever. Now he in some stuff he don't even know about because you lied. And dude try to like win you over by beating your man up or something. Nah, stop lying on men, all right? Stay alert, stay alive. My sister keeps crying about not getting her food stamps, but she be selling them anyways. So Mike, my sister gets food stamps and has for as long as I can remember. Oh, she's a welfare warrior, a Section 8 soldier, huh? She always sells some of the stamps to people for the cash. I ain't gonna lie, I know she's abusing the system, but it's my sister, so I actually don't care at all. What's her Instagram? No, it's for market research purposes and whatnot. But when the shutdown happened and she didn't get her stamps, she started making all these posts looking for sympathy and bashing Donald Trump and the Republicans. But I thought it was the Democrats holding out. I don't know, I could be wrong. And I had enough. So on one of her Facebook posts, I called her out on it. Nah, that's nasty work, but I'm definitely here for it. Yeah. And maybe I shouldn't have done it publicly, but I'm tired of her and the others in my family having this victim mentality all the time when the reality is they don't work and they sit on their ass all day waiting for a handout. Like this video if you think they're lazy as shit. Now my family is mad at me for publicly shaming her and want me to apologize. Nah, nope, stand on business. Get your bird-ass sister up out of there. I'm not doing it regardless of what you say, but why the hell you write me then? But I would like to hear your take on it. I mean, you do have a point, but I think you might have went about it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? When I played Little League football, right? Anytime we had any kind of conflict, disagreement, beef, whatever it was called within the football team, we handled it within the football team and it never left that field. We called it family business. We called it that because that stemmed from actual family business. If you got an issue with your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, whatever, supposed to keep that in the family. It's called family business. Matter of fact, Kanye West got a song on his first album called Family Business. Check it out. It's actually a super banger. So even though your family might be sitting on their ass all day waiting for a handout or whatever, your sister get the stamp, she sell half of them, you know what I'm saying, 50 cents on a dollar. You already know how it work in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, what's her Instagram? Because the stamps is back now. I need that. You know what I'm saying? I need them. You know what I mean? So yeah, but that's not here nor there. That's illegal. I would never participate in that. That's called fraud. Matter of fact, don't give me your Instagram. But nah, you just went about it the wrong way, but you probably was fed up. But here's the problem. You didn't get fed up that she was doing it until she started making posts about it. So if she never would have made the post, you still wouldn't have cared. You said, I know she's abusing the system, but she's my sister, so I don't actually care. So you don't really have a problem with her or other family members abusing the system. You only got a problem when they're complaining about it and you got to see it and now that affects you because you know the truth. Well, deal with it. Because if it was really an issue, you would have been saying something right from the jump when you found out that they was spending the welfare fund, you know what I'm saying, for their own personal gain. She getting $800 a month in the food stamps. She take 400 of them joints, sell them for 200. Now she got 400 for the food, 200 in cash. She probably getting nails, little lace front action or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Probably not lace front expensive. But she making herself feel good by getting some type of a purchase, whether it be cosmetic, whether it be makeup, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, clothing. She doing something with the cash. Trust me, I come from a long family, subsidized housing, government-assisted joints. I know how the game go, you know what I'm saying? Grew up in a low-income neighborhood. I know where I could cop the 50 cent on a dollar stamps. I'm down for the cause, you know what I'm saying? But you didn't have a problem with it till she was crying on Facebook. And then you was looking at her post like, I know she ain't the audacity. You should have just DM'd her, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you what I do, right? When I see my sisters, because it's always my sisters, when I see them post something on Facebook looking for sympathy, especially when it's in regards to something that I already told them about or warned them about, I go right under and leave a comment that will let her know that I know that she ain't slick. But I don't blast it for the whole world, you know what I'm saying? One of my sisters did some foul stuff with her baby's dad, right? I knew about it, told her she is wrong, you know what I'm saying? It's two boys doing it in the roof of a church. Told her she was wrong. She was like, let me live. I need to do this, yada, yada. I'm like, all right, cool. Fast forward, something crazy happened. I just commented right under the thing. Yo, so how's so-and-so doing? Oh, he's cool. But she know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So you just blew it up on public. That wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? You should have addressed her to the side or left it alone because you didn't care when she wasn't posting about it and she was getting the stamps. You probably bought some stamps. You know what I'm saying? Liar, liar, pants on fire. I already know what the deal is. So nah, you said you don't care. You're not apologizing regardless of what I say. First of all, let me address that. Don't ever talk to me like that. I don't care what you say, but I want your take on it. How about you take your ass down to the goddamn welfare thing and tell on your sister and send her to jail for fraud? How about you do that? Talking about I don't care what you say, I ain't doing it regardless. Why the hell you write me? You just want to hear what I was going to say? All right, you got it. You heard what I had to say. That's my advice to you. Stay alert, stay alive. Is it unprofessional that my therapist talks to me like she's one of my ghetto girlfriends? Mike, I'm a black woman in my late 30s. What's your Instagram? No, it's for market research purposes and whatnot. I recently started therapy. Yeah, never mind on the Instagram. I'm good. And when I was seeking recommendations, I told people that I would prefer a black woman such as myself. Seems like a DEI hire if you ask me. I felt like I needed to be able to open up to a person who may have similar life experiences as me, being that we're both black women in America. What the hell do that got anything to do with your trauma? But I'm starting to think that was a mistake. She seems very unprofessional in the way she speaks and her mannerisms. Nah, your therapist in the room acting like Shanae, smoking hookah, talking about clock it. For example, one time I had told her that I was dating a guy and wasn't happy with how he communicated, so I decided to stop talking to him altogether. And her reply was, period, girl. Period. Like this video if the therapist ghetto is shit. I don't think that's how you're supposed to reply in therapy. There have been several other instances where she has done similar things. I feel like I'm talking to one of my girlfriends and not a licensed therapist. Well, that's what you was looking for. Someone with similar life experiences, and now you got it. Would I be a sellout if I choose not to continue with her and seek out a therapist of another race or gender? Just say you want a white man and cut out all the mental gymnastics? Or should I give her some grace and let her continue my sessions? Thanks, Mike. So you want to know the irony in all this? Is that you said, I want a black female woman therapist because she is most likely to have similar life experiences as me, us both being black women in America, and you got a woman who you said sounds like your ghetto girlfriends. So basically, you looked for a therapist that had a similar life experience as you, and you got it. So should she be acting like that? No, but you got what you were looking for. Now, here's the thing, right? If you would have got a black woman in America who's a therapist, who didn't speak like that, who speak eloquently, who could articulate her words, who's professional, who had class, elegance, all that stuff, would you have felt like you guys had similar life experiences? Because yeah, as a black woman, just that flat on paper, there may be a lot of similarities that you go through life. But I guarantee the life experiences that an educated, professional, articulate, eloquent black woman goes through are not going to be the same as yours. So when you were asking people for recommendations, the people that know her was like, oh yeah, she act just like you. And that's what they recommended. So right then and there, I mean, I know you're in therapy, that's a start, but that right there should let you know how far off you are from being a proper representation of black women in America. Because I can tell you right now, not all black women in America act like that, talk like that, behave like that. Now, do I know what percentage of black women in America act like that? No. Is it more than 50%? Possibly. Is it less? That's possible too. You never know, because the way that the media and social media train you to think leads to a lot of fallacies and stereotypes that are incorrect. They always say, oh, there's more black men in prison than in college. That's not correct either. But the more you hear it, the more you hear the media saying it, you start to believe it. So the more examples that we see ratchet black chicks on Love and Hip Hop and baddies and all that stuff, you start to believe that, oh, all black women act like that. And that's not the case. But the fact that you told people, I want someone with similar life experience as me, and they gave you her, should let you know more about yourself. That's the first session right there. Self-reflection, a deep dive into you. Like, damn, I asked for this and this is what I got. You're basically looking at someone who behaves like you. The only problem is you think she shouldn't behave like that because she's a therapist. But then guess what? If she didn't behave like that, what would y'all similarities be? So again, I don't think she should be talking like that as a therapist. No. But outside of that, let's take that out the way. What does that say about yourself? I get it. Like, I remember I had court order anger management in 2012, I believe. I'm not gonna get into why I needed to do that, but I had court order anger management. The therapist, psychologist, whatever that person was a white lady from me. I didn't contest her like, oh, she's a white lady. She don't understand my problems. None of that. And my problems, the root of the issues I was having were PTSD, the military, the nightmare, stuff like that. That was the root of my anger. So when I was talking to her, she was trained in dealing with women who were victims of sexual assault. So all her typical clients were women who had been sexually assaulted. And when I asked her a question, she said, yeah, I was, so I know what they experienced. I can relate to them better. So when I used to tell her stuff in the sessions, she used to be like, yo, I can't help you. But I don't know what you're going through at all. Like, I can't relate. I'm sorry. Like, my training is not that advanced to deal with what you're explaining. So basically the court let me off early because they were like, she basically said she can't help you. You're doing better. We'll just call it a day. You know what I'm saying? We'll save us a couple of dollars. You're good. Boom, let's move on. But if you get with a woman who's not doing any of the things you're doing in your day-to-day life, she's classy, she hangs out, country clubs, different, you know what I mean? She's around executives, upper echelon people, and you're telling her, yeah, guess what? So the stamps got cut off. She's not going to be able to relate to that. So you trying to pick a woman who's just like you, all that is an echo chamber. You say something, period, she agrees with you. There's no therapy in that. You need to get someone who's trained, highly skilled, and effective in what they do, and they can look at you without any bias, without any, you know what I'm saying, which is almost impossible because we're all humans, but you just need to get someone who can just look at and diagnose you based off the stuff you're saying. If you say this, this, and this, okay, that leads me to believe that this may be a trauma, this may be a trigger, this might be a root cause. You need to just find somebody who's just good at their job, not trying to pick someone but based off their gender or skin color. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't guarantee success, and you're finding that out now. So your first lesson in that first, session, her saying period and the other similarities, let you know that you're talking to someone who acts just like you do, and that should let you know that if you thought about giving up on therapy, don't, because you definitely need it. You just need to find somebody who can deal with you better and treat your problems and diagnose it correctly, and not somebody who can just relate to your struggle, because all y'all doing is just reinforcing whatever beliefs y'all already have about each other, and she's unprofessional. So that's my advice to you. Go find someone who's good at their job and not someone that just looks like you. Stay alert, stay alive. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. I hope you guys enjoyed me as much as I enjoyed you. And if so, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Matter of fact, leave me a comment. Let me know what advice you would have gave them. Who knows? Maybe you got your own toxic tale to tell about a shady friend or an entanglement you need help untangling. If so, feel free to drop me a letter at the email provided below, and I'll make sure to read it in the future segment of Advice with Mike. Now, with that being said, our time together has come to an end. But just remember, stay alert, stay alive.